Hello, I'm Neville Teller, and I'd like to say just a few words about my new book, Trump and the Holy Land. When Donald J. Trump made his bid for the US presidency, he was a businessman who prided himself on his skill in deal-making. Indeed, way back in the 1980s, he'd co-authored a book called The Art of the Deal, which reached #1 in the New York Times bestseller list. Now, one problem that had plagued successive US presidents was the unending Israel-Palestine dispute. Over the years, there'd been attempt after attempt to find a peaceful solution. All had failed. So perhaps it was the deal-making potential of this issue that particularly attracted Trump's attention. On the campaign trail back in February 2016, with what seems like relish, he'd spelt out the challenge that it would pose. Quote, "That's probably the toughest deal in the world right now to make," he said. "I'll give it one hell of a shot. I would say that if you can do that deal, you can do any deal." Just before his inauguration, he said, quote, "I'd love to be the one who made peace with Israel and the Palestinians. That would be such a great achievement," unquote. Once in the White House, Trump seemed to be taking his pledge seriously. He placed the Israel-Palestinian dispute high on his agenda. He earmarked his son-in-law, Jared Kushner, to lead the peacemaking effort. He invited the Israeli Prime Minister and the Palestinian President to the White House. He visited the Middle East himself and met with some 50 Arab leaders. It seemed as though Trump really did intend to follow through on his wish to foster a deal. So I decided to chart his progress. Now, in early 2017, most media opinion held out no hope of his succeeding. But I wasn't so sure. I felt there was no predicting the outcome, good or bad, or how long it might take. So it was in a mood of what you might call qualified optimism that I set out to record events as they unfolded. Now, I didn't expect it would be a story stretching over 4 eventful years. In Trump and the Holy Land, I set out the unfolding project against the background of the ever-turbulent Middle East. I take the story through to the 28th of January 2020, the day Trump unveiled what he'd early dubbed the deal of the century. I set out in some detail just what the plan proposed. I provide some of the worldwide reaction. But there I stop. Recounting the eventual fate of Trump's deal of the century is for another book and another time. Goodbye. Thanks for listening, and do please get a copy of the book, either in the paperback edition, which I'm holding, or as an ebook, which is also available. Goodbye.